Hi, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about car maintenance, but probably not in the way you're used to. Forget thinking of it as a chore. We're going to look at it as your secret weapon for a stress-free, reliable life on the road. Let's jump in. You know that feeling, right? That pit in your stomach when your car makes a weird noise? It's the unexpected breakdown. Doesn't matter if you're racing to a meeting, heading out on an adventure, or if your entire business depends on that vehicle. That fear of being stranded, it's universal. It's the ultimate plan wrecker. So how do we fight back against that fear? Well, we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about the gamble we take every day behind the wheel. Then we'll get into the proactive mindset. After that, we'll cover 3 super important car checks. And finally, we'll talk about why finding a mechanic you trust is a total game changer. For so many of us, our car isn't just a car. It's our lifeline. It gets us to work, to our families, to our lives. That daily drive, it's more than just a trip. It's a bet we make every single morning that our car is going to work perfectly. And when that bet doesn't pay off, oh man, frustration is real. You've got the missed meetings, the confusing repair bills where you feel like you're being upsold on everything, and just that awful, helpless feeling of being stuck. And if you run a business, every single hour that vehicle's down, you're losing money. Just think about it. The daily commuter, the professional, the parent trying to get kids to practice on time. For them, reliability isn't just a nice to have. It is absolutely essential. Being late just isn't in the cards. So, how do we get that rock-solid reliability? It really all begins with one simple but really powerful shift in how we think. We have to stop just fixing problems when they happen and start preventing them from ever happening at all. Okay, this slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have reactive care. That's when you wait for something to break, which always leads to stress and those monster surprise bills. But on the other side, you have proactive care. That's all about prevention. It gives you peace of mind, control over your budget, and you know what? It almost always saves you a ton of time and money in the long run. I absolutely love this analogy. It's perfect, right? You wouldn't skip going to the dentist for years and then be shocked when you have a huge cavity. It's the exact same idea with your car. Those little, regular checkups are what prevent the big, expensive, and painful problems down the line. All right, let's get practical. It's one thing to talk about a proactive mindset, but where do you actually start? We're going to cover 3 simple but totally critical areas of maintenance that give you the most reliability for your effort. Think of this as your starter kit. First up, engine oil. And honestly, calling it the lifeblood of your vehicle is not an exaggeration. It lubricates everything, it keeps the engine cool, it reduces friction. Clean oil is the key to a happy, healthy engine. Dirty, old oil? Well, that's just a recipe for a very bad, very expensive day. So, the big question, how often do you need to change it? Here's a quick guide. If you're using conventional oil, you're looking at every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Synthetic blends can stretch that out a bit, and full synthetics can sometimes go as long as 10,000 miles. But, and this is the most important part, your owner's manual is the final word. Always, always check it for your specific car. Okay, let's move on to check number 2, and folks, this is a big one. Your brakes. This isn't just about your car running well. This is, hands down, your car's most important safety system. You just can't afford to mess around with them. The good news is, your brakes usually give you a heads up. Hear that high-pitched squeal? That's your brake pads saying, hey, I'm getting thin. Hear a grinding noise? That's a serious problem. Get it checked now. If your pedal feels squishy, if the car shakes or pulls to one side when you brake, or if that little brake light comes on, don't wait. Get it looked at. And even if you don't notice any of those things, it's a really good idea to have a professional look at your brakes about every 12,000 miles. This is especially true if you're a commuter who's always in stop-and-go traffic, because that really puts a lot of wear and tear on your whole brake system. And finally, our third check, let's talk about where the rubber literally meets the road, your tires and alignment. This is so key for safety, for your gas mileage, and for making sure you get every last mile out of those expensive tires. A huge part of this is something called a tire rotation. It sounds technical, but it's super simple. Because of turning and braking, your front tires wear out differently than your back ones. So all a rotation does is swap their positions. This helps them wear down evenly, which makes them last way longer and actually improves your car's performance. So what's the magic number here? The general rule of thumb is to get your tires rotated about every 7,500 miles. Doing this not only saves you a bunch of money on new tires, but it also gives a good mechanic a chance to spot any alignment issues before they turn into bigger problems. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oil changes, brake checks, tire rotations, it can feel like a lot to keep track of. But here's the best part, you don't have to be the expert on all this stuff. The real secret to total peace of mind is finding a trusted mechanic who's got your back. This quote from a customer really says it all, doesn't it? A great mechanic isn't just someone who fixes your car. It's about trust. It's about knowing deep down that they're focused on your safety and what your car actually needs, not just on trying to make a quick buck. That's a real partnership. And a great shop gets that every car has a different job to do. Whether you've got the family SUV for weekend trips or a work truck that's your mobile office, they know how to tailor the service to keep you moving. So when you get right down to it, finding that trusted partner solves all those frustrations we talked about at the beginning. They give you honest explanations in plain English, they don't pressure you, and they respect your time and your budget. They make the whole process easy. And that really brings us to the final question I want you to ask yourself. Think about your own car right now. Is your approach reactive, just waiting for the next problem? Or is it reliable, focused on prevention? Because making that shift from reactive to proactive care, that's the single best thing you can do for your car, for your wallet, and for your own peace of mind.